This is the High School Crossfire. Welcome back.
My name is Amtira Shanita, the third speaker, affirmative side. Panel, today's debate, Team Affirmative and Team Negators are clashing on the point of marijuana legality. They are looking at marijuana as a factor that should be banned, and we are looking at marijuana in the sense that it should be legalized. They are taking a step ahead to let go of something that we have discovered is actually useful to us. As the Ministry of Health, they actually accepted our house, but I wonder, a Ministry of Health that is looking at the welfare of people, letting go of something that they have already discovered that has use to the health of their people. We are, as the Ministry of Health, we come here to tell you that we are going to legalize the use. Having given you our work plan that we are going to let out the toxins they are claiming that are going to bring about the madness when the drug is actually established to the patients. We are going to intoxify it. That means that the marijuana that is going to be used is actually not toxic. They fail to understand that. And they come here and tell us that the negative impact of marijuana is outweighing the positive. The negative, which was not even clarified. But we come here and show you the effectiveness of marijuana in healing the diseases. We gave them a statistic that 1.2 people in Uganda are actually suffering from cancer. So if we look at that, we want to have people that are better in health, and they would rather let go of that and leave a population at stake to die. And they come here and tell us that instead of using marijuana, we would rather opt for ginger, paprika. But this is a study through the National Institute of Health. We have studied these things, but we see the effectiveness of their alternative and the effectiveness of marijuana. We are looking at marijuana being more effective than what they are suggesting. That is why Team Affirmative are opting for the legality of marijuana. Having given them our status quo, that currently in Uganda they are looking at a bill that is yet to be signed for the narcotic drug control, and it is basically officializing the cultivation and usage of marijuana for medicinal purposes. They still do not look at the medicinal purpose of this thing. So we emphasize to these people that the alternatives they gave us are actually invalid, because ours has proved to the National Institute of Health that it is more effective. So the effectiveness of marijuana cannot be compared to the alternatives. So they also came here in their second speech and told us that the people that are abusing marijuana are actually using it as a claim that it is medicinal. So if it is a claim and a wrong claim, but here we come here to show you that the claim you are having is in the wrong perception. We are showing you a right claim you should stand on by showing you that marijuana can be used to heal something, not you using it with the toxicity it has, and we are showing you that we are going to start using marijuana that is toxic free. That is valid enough to fight the drug abuse they are even bringing about. They also asked us a question, how are we going to fight the drug abuse? Which we are clearly elaborating to them that this marijuana is actually toxic free. There is no way they are going to abuse it after having licensed people to cultivate it, and with its having people cultivate it and having it regulated in the usage through the National Drug Authority, penalties being given to the abusers. Drug abuse shall be overcome. So we as the team of farmers, we rest our case.
Thank you so much, the August House. Now, in today's resolution, if the team affirmatives cannot prove the burden of proof, in other words, if they cannot prove to us that indeed we should legalize marijuana, then I don't find a reason as to why they are here in the first place. In other words, I'm worried that they are about to lose today's debate. Now, we tell them actually the clash point of today's debate is marijuana proves a harmful harmful impacts of marijuana are actually more compared to its positive impacts. We tell them that, look, if you bring in marijuana or if you legalize marijuana, don't you feel that it will actually bring in addiction? In other words, people will be addicted. One, and then number two, we feel that if you bring in marijuana or if you legalize marijuana in the country, then that definitely means that the people won't be able to actually, they will misuse the marijuana. In other words, you cannot deceive that. Let them not deceive the August House that they can implement the use of marijuana or they can actually limit the use of marijuana. In other words, let them prove to us why they feel that marijuana should be legalized. The first speaker does not tell us why. Allowed.
Well, I would like to ask you, is it bad to love something that is important for your life?
Pardon?
Is it bad to love something that is important for your life?
No, it's not bad.
Okay, thank you.
But then, in this case, we are looking, actually, the resolution of today's debate is marijuana should be legalized for medicinal purposes. Now, we feel that if at all you bring in the positive impacts of marijuana and then you don't look at the harmful impacts of marijuana, then that means that you are on the wrong side of it. They give us a policy and they support the policy of legalizing marijuana. But we as team negatives in today's debate say that no, let's not legalize it, but indeed let's ban it completely because it's not in any way effective to the continent or to Uganda. Now, they also fail to give us the time frame. In other words, they are saying that they are going to implement the legalization of marijuana, they are going to sensitize, but then they don't give us the time frame. So that means that they are actually not ready to implement their law. So in that case, that means they stand to lose out today's debate. Then we as team negatives say that marijuana should not be legalized. Why? Because it brings about mental disorders, as we explained. And in other words, we still have other alternatives for marijuana. Now, this question stands to the team affirmatives. How will they refine marijuana? They have not actually explained to us how they are going to refine marijuana, because they are saying that their first affirmative came here and she said that they are going to refine, but then their second affirmative does not say anything about this, and then their third affirmative comes up to tell us that they are going to completely tarnish away the chemical part, the dangerous chemical in the marijuana. But then that means that it will be left to be incompetent. In other words, it won't be effective if at all you remove all the chemicals in the marijuana. So that means that their case does not stand at all. So we as team negatives in today's debate say that let's completely ban marijuana. In other words, let it not be legalized, but let it be banned. And then we are debating on the medicinal part, not the economy part, because their second affirmative comes here and she tells us that they are looking at the benefit of marijuana in a way that it can be sold to different parts of the country. But then in this debate, we are basically looking at the medicinal part, not anything else. I rest my case.
This is the High School Crossfire. We'll be back in a minute.